What's up, y'all? What is up? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, but you can call me EJ. And y'all, I am back with another Pvalley recap and review. Now, before we get into this recap and review, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, share this video, because we are about to talk about it, y'all. Now, we all know that it went down on Pvalley last night, so we got to get into it and have a conversation about it. Okay, y'all, so today I want to do something a little bit different. So I brought in my husband, Al, and he and I are going to be recapping and reviewing this last episode, season 2, episode 4. Okay, babe, so you are actually new to Pvalley. So I've been watching this show, but you just started watching this show. So as far as the show is concerned, what do you think about Pvalley so far?
I think it's a comedy show. They try to add a little drama to it. I like the little country twist that they put on it, the way people pronounce words and different types of slang that they use. I wonder if that's real Mississippi slang. That would be good to know. But
okay.
The show, it wasn't what I expected. I expected something different. But it's actually, very entertaining, and it's more than about stripping. I could say that.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just get into this episode right here today, because this episode was bananas. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. Like, I was shocked by a lot of things that happened in this episode. So just tell me what you think about just the overall episode. Was this like the episode? Was this the one that's going to kick in all the drama, or what do you think?
Not quite yet, but it did bring something up to my attention that I spoke with you when Big Teak got out of jail. It was a look that little Murda had when he hugged him, and I was like, what is that about? Like they had some history. But this episode kind of brought that history to light. So we kind of know what kind of relationship these guys had during the time of the lockup. So these guys seem to be a little bit closer than what we thought.
Okay, now you did say that, and I on one of my episodes, I actually talked about how you told me about that doggone look, so you was right. So I'm going to give you your props on that.
Don't say I was right, because I didn't know it was going to go there. I thought something wasn't quite right with the look. I was more so like, what? He kind of looking like he don't want his boy to get out of jail. Kind of like Tupac say, y'all happy I'm in jail? He had that look like, maybe it was a secret that was about to come out, and it did.
Okay, so let's talk about that first scene where it opens up and that doggone toy go ahead and sneeze on the inspector chick, that same chick that was in the doggone club before, wilding out when she was spending all that money. So what did you think about that part?
Well, first of all, what I like to wonder is, like, what's the deal with this chick? Because she blow a lot of racks up in the Pynk. Like, she blew her whole divorce settlement, and then she wasn't in there but a short minute, and she threw a rack in there just in less than a couple of minutes. So, okay. That's the one thing I want to know, what her tricking bill of money is like. What she spend, on the cooch on the month, because her tab pretty high right now. And that might be the Pynk most valuable customer right now.
Okay. I mean, honestly, though, real talk, it feels like I'm like, do inspectors really make that much money? Like, because she just blowing this money. Now, I know they said something about the money that she got in her divorce settlement, but it feels like she done blew that money. And I'm like, damn, inspectors getting it like that? Okay. But anyway, there's a fight that happens, which is one of the next biggest scenes, and I think that one has been the one that's been all over social media. And I know you ain't really into social media like that, but this one has been playing over and over again. It's like the trailer of when Roulette goes and smacks the heck out of Brazil just because she told the truth, to be honest. But the character Roulette, I feel like we gonna get some more from her. I mean, today we kind of got a little bit more about her character, but what do you think about Roulette just in general, this particular character?
I got nothing against Roulette. I think she got a past that they'll probably explain. She definitely in there for the hustle. She got a little T-ricking thing that she got going on the side, so She just an all-out hustler, but I think it's like Whisper say, I think it's a darker side to her that'll be explained. You know, she had the issues with her brother, and that's where she learned her little wrestling move that she pulled on a girl. But, you know.
Because she hit the hell out of her.
I don't like to judge people until I know exactly what's going on with them, and they hadn't quite really told her past yet. But she is alive, though.
Okay, and then you remember when they so after Big L with his slow ass come in there and get her.
Hey, get off Big L. That's my favorite character.
He's slow as hell. He just pop up like Uncle Clifford be getting just rolled on, and then all of a sudden his ass pop up. But we did learn that Big L got a daughter, and that moment that they had, it felt like it's gonna be like something between them as far as like a bond, like, you know, some kind of father-daughter bond maybe, or something between Roulette and Big L. So I don't know. That's just what I was seeing. What'd you see?
What I see is, I kind of see him, in a sense, kind of want to maybe take the place of a big brother or more of a protector, kind of guide her to the right direction. That's why he was trying to put her up on game. A lot of people don't pay attention to Big L. That's why he's one of my favorite characters. He's real essential to what they got going on. The man be frying chicken. He was DJing and putting out a fire all at the same time. So, then, they have the problem with the shutdown, and he pull up with a diesel full of Africans, with supplies. So, you need a guy like Big L on your team. And, they need to find a way to get Diamond back, and then they'll be back on point. But right now, the club is just hanging on a thread.
Nah, so yeah, I definitely agree that the club is definitely hanging on by a thread. And I did notice one little part when we were looking at Diamond and Big L talking. In the background, those guys that were helping them move, they say something and it pops up on the screen because they're talking in their native language, and it says, "This could be a good place for us." And I'm like, what in the world does that even mean? Why did they take the time to even put that up there? So do you think that means something, or am I just reading too much?
It definitely means something, because they wouldn't have put that little part in there. It seems like they wanted you to hear that on purpose. So, I mean, I don't know what their plans may be, but what we do know is that place is prime real estate, as everybody's been saying. So, who knows? They could be in the bid to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what could be going on or what their thought process could be, because, like I said, I don't think they would just say that if it didn't actually mean anything. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, and this is where we meet back up with the girl Gidget. So Gidget has been gone. She left, as we remember, and so Keyshawn, is about to drop her Mississippi lashes, I believe it's called, because she got Mississippi tea, Mississippi lashes, Mississippi everything. And they're meeting up with Gidget, and they're going to be taking her back to Birmingham. I guess that's where she's living. Is she in Birmingham or Nashville? Shoot, I don't even know. I don't even know where the heck Gidget is. But anyway, they meet back up with her, and then you can see that there's going to be a little bit of tension that starts to brew with Big Teak. This is probably where we first start to see the tension. So I don't know. It feels like everybody is going in on Big Teak, but I don't know. I just don't see it that same way. Like, what's your take on Big Teak at this particular point?
Once again, I'm not gonna judge people before I know the whole story. But what I do know, this episode is during the time of the George Floyd situation. Mm-hmm. And I know that situation affected people very differently. Like, me, I really wish I would have never saw the video myself. So, with him being incarcerated and being bossed around by guards and things like that, I could probably see, the frustration, the helplessness that he seen George in the situation. So, on that situation, I'm not really going to judge him, because, we talking about a guy fresh out of prison, done over 10 years, and you mean that's the first thing that he see is the George Floyd situation? So we lucky that's all that happened. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, because like I said, that situation affected me. So, a man in his situation, yeah, I kind of understand that.
Yeah, definitely. So we just gonna go ahead and just talk about the biggest moment that happened, because I think this is a good time to transition into this while we already talking about Big Teak. Now, for sure, Big Teak has been institutionalized, and this whole thing probably triggered him. And what I noticed in this is that nobody else is really paying attention to that. Nobody else is paying attention to the fact that they just going on like ain't nothing happening around them. But he triggered. So I get exactly where you coming from with that. But this isn't exactly the next moment per se, but one of the next big scenes that happens, one that everybody had been talking about, because that picture that I showed you had been going around where Lil Murda is kissing Big Teak on the forehead, and everybody trying to figure out, what happened. And then we got that photo where Big Teak looked like he going off and he mad, which now we know why he's upset and why he mad. But that next moment, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like Little Murda, Big Teak, they have more than, just a friendship. He doing more than security up in this thing for him. They have a past, a relationship, a lot more. So you didn't exactly say it, but is this what you thought it was coming to? Like, did you think that this was kind of what it was going to be, or were you just wasn't really sure?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I fast forwarded past that part. Like, if it's the part that I'm thinking you talking about, because that took me back to Oz, early 2000s. So, I was like, yeah, we're going to fast forward. And even in fast forwarding, I saw stuff that I didn't want to see. So that let me know that I was smart in fast forwarding. So I don't have very much commentary on that situation.
You so silly. Nah, that's what's up. No, I completely understand though. But what I was more so saying is that, did you think that Big Teak and Little Murda really had a relationship? Like, did you think that was really that was even gonna go down?
Well, when I heard the story of, when Lil Murda first went to jail and his cellmate told him his muscles was playing hide and seek, and Big Teak had to take up for him, I'm pretty sure, that sense of protecting took on in there. Now, I have no idea if these guys knew each other before in the streets or if their relationship started in the penitentiary. I have no idea, because they hadn't explained a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that, because they are both Hertz Village hustlers. Yeah. Like, they both from the same set, but we don't know if they actually started this in prison or before prison. Huh?
Yeah, what's her name did 10 years. So
that's right.
We don't really know what Murda's 10-year history is, so
Yeah, that's true, huh? I never even really thought about that particular portion of it. But okay, but that's what's up. So anyway, in that same situation or scene or whatever, not that particular scene, but like right before that, we saw where Gidget kind of, was trying to protect Keyshawn, and when Big Teak was getting really angry and emotional, we saw Keyshawn got really emotional too. But for me, I think she was just triggered by her own trauma. You know what I'm saying? By her own situation. I don't really think that it was Big Teak that was just scaring her so much. I just think that, I think she had some flashbacks of Derek ass looking at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of the situation that she be in. What did you think about that? Why do you think Keyshawn, reacted that way?
Well, like you say, she does have a past with Derek. So, seeing a male get aggressive towards another female, I'm pretty sure that would make her feel a certain way. But if you kind of pay attention to her, she kind of warned Gidget a couple of times before that happened, because Gidget changed the radio, and that kind of messed off Big Teak. The only thing that saved them was that it was DJ Never Scared on the radio. If that was any other situation, we would be still stuck on her changing the radio.
Yeah.
But soon as they talked about DJ Never Scared, the first thing Keyshawn said was turn it back up. So that, cause she already knew how Big Teak was feeling about the situation before he even blew up. Because like, I don't know about you, but like some people can read eyes, like, you know, and in certain situations that could save your life.
Yeah.
And I think she kind of read Teak's eyes, read his demeanor, and realized that he really needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, then it was gonna be a problem.
And yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. So let's move on to Corbin and Hailey, because we all know Hailey is living in the doggone club. And I don't know, let's talk about this though, because you said this I don't know, last week or week before last, I don't know when you said it, but you was like, Hailey ain't trying to stick around. Like, your main thought process was that Hailey wasn't in this to stay. And I was like, man, Hailey is getting close to Mercedes and Uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking that she's in it, you know, maybe she's looking for this family, but you was like, nah, I don't think she in it to stay. So like, what made you feel like Hailey just, you know, like she was just trying to cut out?
First of all, when you're talking about she want to connect with people and this and that, you have to realize this lady shot her man, and next thing you know, he ended up dead. She lost her daughter. She got to get herself together before she can try to gain friends. That's why I like for her to want to be around them and want to stay. This was just a stepping stone for her. She was just using Mississippi to get that money. The only reason why she used that money is because she seen that the girls was in a situation. Her being vulnerable, going through what she going through, and feeling helpless at the time. When she got that money, she just wanted to help somebody else. And that's basically what she did. But now she kind of seeing that, you know, she got a gold mine on her hands, and she's looking at it as a business opportunity now.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people have to realize, because, you know, I was looking at a lot of the blogs and stuff like that, and a lot of people, you know, be hating on Autumn all the time, and I'm just like, you know, I don't really think that, or Hailey rather, I should say, I don't really think that we looking at this from the right lenses. We really need to be looking at this from the aspect of business and not from friendship and loyalty and all that type of stuff. Because if somebody hand me $10 million for some damn waterfront property, shit, I'm taking that damn money. You know
loyalty?
What I'm saying?
How you gonna talk about loyalty when this chick that don't even really know you drop $250,000 to save a club that she don't know nothing about? Then she meet a chick Mercedes and buy her a studio. And then she get kicked out of her house to the fact that she broke and she's sleeping in the club. So if we're talking about loyalty, where's the loyalty to her? If it wasn't for her, wouldn't none of them be working at all?
That's for real. That's for real. I guess, and that just brings us, since we already own it, that just brings us to that scene where Uncle Clifford is eavesdropping with Autumn and Andre. And they're talking, you know, about, you know, the money aspect of it and, you know, her leaving, and she's like, it's worth more, and that she's a businesswoman. And, you know, like, I don't understand why everybody's so caught up in, oh, she's not loyal, because you absolutely right. Like, you put up $250,000 to save a club that, you know what I'm saying, that, and these people don't even treat you like family. No. They treat each other like family, but they darn sure don't treat Hailey like family. And you helped Mercedes get her building. And although, like I said, although I understand that, you know, Mercedes was going through something when she killed the man, and, you know, I'm sure that was traumatizing, but I still don't think that warranted her to be kicking old girl out of her house like that. I just don't think that was right. I think that was kind of foul, and I think that Hailey really was trying to build a family type of situation with them just based off of her actions, because her actions, she acted, but then I don't think she got anything in return.
She only did that because it was a rebound thing. She had just lost everything. So, you know, a lot of people didn't really pay attention, that club brought her a little sanity, because when she was dancing, that was the only time she was not drinking. And that's why I don't think a lot of people, that's the reason why she bought that club, because she could see why those girls had the strength that they had, why they had the attitude that they had, because of that club. And if you take that away from them, there's no telling what type of individuals these girls would turn into.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, once she saw the capability of what they were offering, because she says Promised Land offered her $1 million right afterwards, and at that point, I feel like the Hailey, the accountant, comes in, and not to mention, like we said, like she ain't really being treated the best by everybody else. And I'm not saying that Hailey don't give as much as she get, but I feel like they have done more to her than she really has to them.
But hold up, let's go back to your loyalty part. Like when they was talking about numbers of who fault this was, and it'd be 75% your fault, 69% your fault. When she raised the stake of the ownership that Uncle Clifford had, he had no problem selling the club for $10 million when he knew he was getting $3.1 million. But now that Mercedes here, now all of a sudden we ain't selling the club. She trying to sell my club. You was trying to sell your club too when it was worth $10 million. So it's a price, for your loyalty. Yeah. But with Hailey, she was just being upfront.
Yeah. Because I think that if they were to offer her $10 million, I think that I don't see why anyone wouldn't sell the club anyway, because like she said, you could get another club. It's not like you couldn't take care of those girls in another spot. I mean, if we just keeping it real, because like you said, there would be no club if Hailey didn't step in and put up that money that she didn't have to put up. But there would be no club, and there would be nowhere for them to dance at. There would be nothing. Like, that would have been someone else's property. You know what I'm saying? Like, Promised Land would already have it. The casino would have already been there. And when this pandemic hit, none of them would have really had a pot to piss in if we just keeping it real. So, I don't know. I just feel like everybody is a little bit all over the place when it comes to Hailey. I feel like she get most of it, and I feel like everybody is more so on Mercedes and Uncle Cliff's side instead of just looking at it for what it is.
What it is a college-educated girl from Texas dealing with a lot of people that's in the Mississippi area that is not as educated as her. And the first thing she told her, I think it maybe been in the first episode of this season, if you could worry more about running this club, because you're not running it like a business, you're running it like an orphanage. I'm bringing people in and I'm taking care of them. Like that situation when Murda first came into the club, the first time he came in the club, he spent 4 racks. Uncle Clifford could have kept 2 racks, but he didn't. Because he just really couldn't steal from Mercedes. But I tell you what, let that have been Hailey. She would have put the business above that friendship, because the Pynk needed that money.
Yeah, that is true.
The Pynk needed that money, and because you spending this way and you're spending that way, and you're not taking care of, like she said it, she took care of buying it back and that predatory loan.
Yeah.
Which, when you get into those type of loans, they're way more than what you got from them. If you got 50,000, then you pretty much owe them 120.
Yeah.
So
true.
She basically spent a lot of money.
Okay, now another big moment in the show, and the reason why, because I always kept saying, like, there has to be a way that Andre's gonna come back. Like, Andre's a pivotal part of this show. So what's going to keep Andre here in Chucalissa? You know what I'm saying? We know what's keeping Hailey there, technically, but what's gonna keep Andre there? And lo and behold, wifey get caught with Dante, the Dr. Dante. You know what I'm saying? Like, this moment right here, we saw a whole nother Andre come out. Like, I don't even know. Like, what did you think about that scene?
Ain't no whole nother Andre. That man felt like he was disrespected into his house. He did what any man gonna do. It don't matter whether you went to Harvard or not. You feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some drama behind it. So it was just some drama behind that. So, you know, I don't know what she expected when he walked up in that house. Was it gonna be a debate? You know what I'm saying? No, Andre wasn't into no talking. No, Andre do got his thing that he been doing. Now, I ain't saying he been faithful or none of that, but I don't remember him actually sleeping with her, did he?
Nah, he never did make it to it because of the, she had him, he had to go get those condoms, and then he came back and she had saw those pictures,
Not
so
to
they
say
never
he
went
wouldn't
through.
have.
Yeah, I ain't saying he wouldn't have,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like he would have.
But like I say though, you know, so, I mean, he just felt like he was disrespected. And as you see, it's some history between them with the parents buying the house. And I mean, like, to me, this is going to be like, this going to be Tyrell 2.0. But the only difference is he going to be a character because this guy is like 10 times smarter than him. So
Than Tyrell was.
And Tyrell got away with a whole bunch of slick stuff.
Okay. I don't know. I think Andre, you know, that chokehold for me was the part. I was like, dang, Andre got a good old chokehold, boy. That damn Andre grabbed him and was holding tight.
Andre's 6'5". Come on, man. That dude was like fighting Clyde Drexler. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
And he naked, so I mean, he had no defenses. So you know, hey. But you get what you get coming into a man's house. Luckily, he just left there naked. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have left there in the body bag.
That is true.
That's most of the case scenario in that type of situation. Most dudes don't get to walk out of the house.
Yeah, that is very true. And then that part where his wife, where she kind of downplays him, like, you know, like, you can't win. I think at that moment, I think that's when he was through. I'm not even going to say he couldn't have gotten over the infidelity part. I think it was that part where she truly didn't believe in him and where she thought less of him. And we talking about a man that went to law school. This is a whole lawyer, but you still downplay him like he ain't shit, basically. You know what I'm saying?
That's because she had another kin to go with her Barbie. You know, like the parents had already picked him. So, you know, and that's the one thing that I hate for Andre, to go into a situation where you trying to battle for your wife. I mean, what is that like? Like, you with this woman and you trying to prove to her that you the man, the husband, and this and that, but yet this dude keep popping around and the mom wants you to be with him, and come on, man, that's crazy. Like, so to be honest, I think Andre in a better position. It's better for him to go home and take his crown that his godfather set up for it. He told him when he was little. And this is his route to get to be president. Start out as mayor of Chucalissa. Now, he gonna have his hands full running against that preacher lady. She ain't playing no games, and she got a following bigger than Mississippi.
I told you that lady is running a freaking cult. Pastor Woodbine did not come to play. She is trying to be the next mayor of Chucalissa, along with the next cult leader, because I really truly feel like she running a cult.
Now, I ain't gonna say she running no cult. Now, she do run game. But when she speak about the Lord, I really think it comes out of her heart. Like, she really, cause like what most people have to understand is when the person is giving the word, you don't look at the person, you get the word.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't matter if I go in there and I preach to you to make you a better person. I can go out and commit any sin that I want to. I'm a human. I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. I'm a human. But as far as what I'm doing, she does her job well. She makes people believe in them, in themselves. She makes people believe that God will help them and change situations. That's more powerful than anything. So like I say, she might do some bad, but there's some good in there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's gonna be his competition. I don't think the mayor, what's his name, Kyle Wayne, whatever his name is. I don't think that's his competition. I think Woodbine is gonna be his competition because they're gonna basically split the black vote.
Well, that's why I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of like, I think it was Bel Air. Instead of splitting the black vote, one of them is going to have to pass the torch to the other one to beat Kyle. But to be honest, I really don't think it's going to take that much to beat him because, like, that's the reason why the previous mayor was there, because he was black. So, like, the population there is like 80% black. So, like, it's going to be hard. Just got to get people to show up and vote, basically. Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to get in there just off the black vote. So, you know, and he can't just use Tydell's name like that. So... especially with his godson running against him now. So
yeah, that is very true. So anyway, I don't know. I think overall this episode definitely brought the heat. I think we finally got, you know, the answers that we needed about Big Teak and Little Murda. But I think there's so much more to come. You know what I'm saying? I think there's so much more drama that's going to happen.
Pico done got whooped twice.
2 times.
Pico done got whooped twice and he ain't came back. He's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, he is coming, and he's not coming by himself. Now, see, what I don't understand is he wear blue, but it's 2 blues. It's a blue crew that wear blue and baby blue, and then there's a blue crew that wears blue and gold. I think he's with the blue and gold. That's what he was sitting with when he was in the back seat with old boy. But when he was at that concert, he was in a different color blue. So, you know how jersey flippers are. You may not know what side.
But that dude was there still with him, though. So, I don't know. But, you know, I don't know nothing about any of that stuff. But that dude that was with him in the car was still with him. But like I said, that dude ain't got no beef with nobody, really. He don't be, like, on no beef stuff. It just be Pico. But I think Pico is going to bring the beef that's going to make them beef. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's going to instigate that beef even more, kind of way.
Man, the way the beef is going to get started is he is jealous of Lil Murda, and he finna bust out Lil Murda about his sexual escapades, and that's what's going to start the war. Because he already made that little comment to Blue Guap about the Trading Tales, the next single. So you already know that he got something... he got something in the plan for Lil Murda. And best believe, like, what we saw now, it ain't gonna be nothing compared because we finna get another reenactment of Murder Night.
Okay, but I forgot about this before we stop. I forgot about this. Wodie. You mentioned that Wodie is always lurking some doggone where, always lurking and listening. And there was that episode where Keyshawn and Ron was out there talking and Wodie ass was sitting over there in the corner. So what you think is up with that?
Well, see, like I say, man, Wodie is a powerful character for the simple fact he know a lot of people's secrets. He know about Lil Murda and Uncle Cliff. And he even let him know that he know about that. But he ain't bust his boy out. That's solid of him. But he told him, yo, man, you got to pick a side and run with it. If that's what you want to do, I got your back if that's what you want to do. But don't go out here playing this when you really this. So now you done brought Big Teak into the fold. He done doubled down on it. And really, in a sense, what people ain't thinking about, does this put Uncle Cliff in danger? Because Big Teak don't seem like the type of dude that like to share. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he don't seem like the, because he not already told him did you see how he looked at him with that postcard?
I did. He looked like he was really, really jealous, and I was like, okay, I see you, Teak. You a little jealous dude, okay?
Man, Lil Murda got all these dudes out there chasing him like...
Clearly, but I don't know. I feel like you said, like Wodie is definitely a character that people really should be looking at, or you know what I'm saying?
Sneaky.
Like
he got a lot of secrets, and he ain't used none of them. But I think he waiting to bust Rome bubble, because Rome shot a slug at him about publishing. Mm-hmm. Which, like, he was trying to snake Murda from him
again,
right there, And I don't think Wodie like that, but Wodie is one of them guys to where he just sit back and he collect your ammo. He played a smart game.
Yeah,
he gonna be the last man standing, I guarantee you. Just like he told Big Teak when he got out of jail, man, I'm the funeral guy. I'm here to bury all y'all when y'all die.
Yeah,
somebody got to be here to tell the story.
Okay, that's what's up, for real though. Now look, your girl Mercedes was out here wilding out today, you know what I'm saying? Like I said on my last video, the wife seems to be a lot more interested in Mercedes than what we thought, and they seem to be building, a little something. And this episode actually solidified that. So babe, what do you think about Mercedes and the coach wife? Do the coach got to be worried?
First of all, we're going to get back on this T-Ricking bill. I thought that the health inspector tricking bill was high. Coach spending 10 racks a weekend and a condo. And then the crazy thing about it is now, I'm confused because I don't know if Mercedes done turned her out or if she done turned Mercedes out. I'm still confused, but I think both of them enjoying what's going on right about now. So I kind of think Coach don't need to go on no more out-of-town trips.
Okay. But you know what? When she left that money on the table, all I thought about was that Eddie Murphy scene. Remember, was it Boomerang? When old girl leave that money on the table, I said, dang, Mercedes.
She just should have pulled the covers up over.
Okay. But anyway, that is definitely going to be something to keep a watch out to see how Coach actually reacts to this. Hell, he might like it, shit. It might be good for him because he get a happy wife at home and he get to have his mistress on the side and they actually like each other. But the problem is if they like each other a little more, and then what if the coach wife end up leaving him for her or some shit? I don't know. That's crazy.
This is what I want to watch. This is the weird triangle. Now, we done already seen Big L try to get at Big Bone. No haps. But Big Bone done shot her shot at Diamond and then got him. So I want to see how Big L respond to that, and Keyshawn, because, all of them got history. So that's going to be a weird little situation when all of them pop back up at the club at the same time. I really want to see how that's going to be.
I don't know. I feel like Mississippi might feel some type of way, but I don't know. I don't think Big L really don't care. I just think Big L was trying. I don't think it's going to bother him at all, but I definitely think that at some point, once they let Mississippi back into the Pynk fold, the Pynks fold, once she get back in good, and if she see this relationship between Big Bone and Diamond, I think she might feel some type of way.
Because think about this. With the owner being such a business savvy person, why not have a lady that's been doing 4K on her Instagram, did a 12 city tour in 12 nights? Why not bring her back in to generate that money?
She already want to do that, but it's Uncle Clifford that don't want to do it. But she already said that. I mean, I think that was like last episode or the episode before last. She definitely wanted to do that. I mean, that just makes sense. That make money sense. But like I said, it's all going to have to come down to Uncle Clifford and Mississippi and Mercedes. They all going to have to get back on the same. I don't even want to say Mississippi, Keyshawn, because that's who hurt them. Keyshawn hurt them. You know what I'm saying? And so they're going to have to get back on the same page. And once they can heal and once they can reconcile, then definitely that's a no-brainer, because she got the people. She got the, you know what I'm saying? She got the audience. Really, I mean, makes sense.
But once again, we want to go back to that non-loyalty of the Pynk, for the simple fact that when Keyshawn was there, she wasn't even the main draw. It was all what Mercedes can do. And when Mercedes couldn't perform, they didn't even want her to go up there.
I don't think, from what I remember,
they really didn't. They really did not.
No, she asked anybody. She was like, Uncle Clifford was like, who want to go out there? And I don't think nobody wanted to do it because then nobody want to step on Mercedes' shoes because they know that was her night. And then Keyshawn was like, I'll do it. But I just think that, you know, everybody play their positions and everybody play their role. And I feel like Keyshawn there's always the main person, which was Mercedes. Mercedes was the OG, you know what I'm saying? And then there was the person that, you know, sit in the back and that's on the side.
But
and
Jordan gotta have a Pippen if he want to win a championship.
Okay, and there she go. And Keyshawn was the Pippen, and now she get to be out in the spotlight. But I don't know.
But now we done put you in a position where you LeBron and you got Wade and you got Bosh, but you don't want to play with them.
Why we always come back to these doggone analogies, these sports analogies? I'm not with you today. Okay, y'all. So that is what's up with season 2, episode 4. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Let me know what you thought specifically about Big Teak and Little Murda. And what are your predictions for the next episode, y'all? So I want to thank my husband so much for coming and talking with me about Pvalley today. And y'all, if y'all want to hear more of Al coming to talk with me about TV stuff, then definitely go ahead and put it in the comments, like this video and all that good stuff. Until next time, peace.